billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, mapia mapita sa lakita nulangon. Welcome kanunya program tanu Youth Conversation hatid sa atin ng Bangsamoro Youth Commission. Ating makakasama at makakapanayam ang isa sa pwedeng maipagmalaki ng kabataang Bangsamoro o mismo ng Bangsamoro. Walang iba kundi si Sir Hamid. Sir Hamid, ang iyong munang pagbati at pagsalam sa ating mga viewers ngayong araw na ito.
A pleasant morning to each and everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To formally introduce myself, I am Sir Hamid Salik, one of the top notchers in the recent September 26 licensure examination for teachers. To be specific, top 9. It is my great honor and privilege to be invited here as part of the celebration of the 3rd BARM anniversary. Happy 3rd anniversary of BARM.
Ayan, maraming salamat Sir Hamid na binigyan tayo ng time despite of the hectic schedule. Binigyan na tayo ng pagkakataon, oras, konting pagkakataon na makapanayam natin siya upang ating mapag-usapan yung kanyang buhay, paano siya umabot sa puntong ganito. Unang-unang katanungan, hindi natin patatagalin pa, Sir Hamid, sino ba si Hamid during college days?
To tell you honestly, I was known to be the lone cum laude of our batch. I graduated at Cotabato State Polytechnic College and I took up Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Mathematics. All throughout my academic life, I have been a consistent honor student. But yes, I was known for that as an achiever. But when I entered college, I was able to go out from my comfort zone. I learned how to explore more of my potentialities. I go out from my comfort zone, just like I have said nga kanina na I am more focused on academics. But when I entered college, I learned how to join student organizations. I was a member of a student organization, to be specific, College of Education Student Organization. I was once a member of CCSPC, Supreme Student Government, and before I was more focused talaga sa academics, no. But when I entered college na talaga, I give myself time to explore more of my potentials talaga. Besides, I learned how to play sports. No, nung college na, I was once a player of my college, the College of Education. And during my speech, when I delivered my speech in college, in our graduation, there were many people who were touched of my speech, of my story.
Yes.
Perhaps 15 days prior to my graduation, my father passed away, and I think that was the saddest part of my life because he wasn't able to witness his first son, nag-graduate in college. Okay, I was actually the breadwinner of my family and the first to graduate in college out of my 11 siblings. And sabi ko nga sa isang post ko, lahat ng mga bagay na hindi ko naibigay sa tatay ko, ibubuhos ko yun sa nanay ko. And alhamdulillah, I am slowly achieving all these goals and dreams of mine, not just for myself but for my family, especially sa nanay ko.
Ayan, maraming salamat sa iyong pagbabahagi ng iyong buhay nung college life. Isa ako sa naging saksi, sa journey ng kabataan ito. Isa sa magigiting na kabataan na Bangsamoro. Ayan. Sir Hamid, gusto ko rin itanong sa iyo, was it your dream na maging teacher or naging suggestion na sa'yo o may nag-ano sa'yo, nag-open na, why not mag-teach ka kaya? Ayan. Passion mo ba talaga or choice mo ba talaga ito or may nag-suggest lang sa'yo?
Honestly speaking, becoming a future educator was not actually in my option. No, when I was in high school, my dream was to my dream course was something that has relation in mathematics. So my first choice was actually Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, but because of financial problem, my parents cannot afford to send me to school, no, with courses that are offering, you know, something like that, business, accountancy. So my second choice was actually Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. But siguro, with faith, with Kader siguro, I was destined to be a future educator. No, that's why I chose to be future educator. And of course, may relation din sa passion ko talaga kasi mathematics was really my forte. No, I really love dealing with mathematics talaga. Honestly speaking, no, I have been a contestant in elementary and even in high school. So that's why I chose to be a teacher, major in mathematics, because that's what I am. That's what I think na makakatulong ako sa youth. Choosing an education course like this, no, like itong kinuha ko, I think it would be a big help for the youth na maraming mga makukuha ng teacher na courses, no. It's really important, no, when we are a teacher, it's not about the salary talaga. It's about the impact, yung knowledge na ma-share mo sa mga kabataan. Okay? I know for a fact na ang pagiging teacher hindi ganun kalaki yung sweldo. Yes, that's true. But as time passed by, I slowly realized na it's really fulfilling din talaga na maging teacher, no? Especially when I started practicing my profession. I am actually currently connected at Albert Einstein School as a full-time math teacher. When I started practicing my profession, I gradually realized na how significant the role of the teachers are in the society. No, I learned how to love the children. Okay, I learned how to deal with them, to establish rapport with them. No, and I think with becoming a teacher, no, I guess yung aking love and passion sa mathematics will really be a big help for the future of the children. Ano, there are some who are saying na bakit teacher ang pinili mo, sayang ang potential mo, you know. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi ito sayang, no, hindi ito sayang. It's actually a fate, it's actually my fate. I think it was destined for me to be a teacher na sa tingin ko mas makakatulong ako sa mga kabataan na nangangarap.
Mashallah. So, ayun. Passion mo talaga, sabihin yung mathematics. Nakakaingit, parang gusto ko sabihin sana all dahil ako, since elementary to college, pag mathematics na yung subject namin, 30 minutes prior to that, umiinom na ako ng Bonamin kasi nahihilo ako eh. Medyo ano rin yun eh. Yun yung pag tinatanong ako ng pinaka-challenge sa buhay mo, yung iba, financial, emotional, ako mathematics talaga ako. Pag nakakakita ko ng number, parang feel ko kailangan ko ng Bonamin kasi nahihilo ako actually. Ayan.
Yes, I do agree with that, no, kasi most of the people na na-encounter ko, they really hate math subject talaga. They said na it's a mind-cracking subject, it's a boring subject, it's a difficult subject. But statistically saying, no, math is actually one of the easiest subjects. No, it's just a matter of how you deal with math. If you deal it negatively, then the result will be negative. Okay, we just need to teach ourselves how to learn, how to love math, and then math will love us back. Perhaps the true essence of math is not to make simple things complicated, but rather to make complicated things simple, and I do believe in that.
Ayan, so ibig sabihin, depende sa kung yung quality ng thought mo, yung pag-isip mo. Tama ka naman din. Actually, si Hamid ay very competitive ang kabataang ito dahil during high school life, nakalaban ko rin to before. Siguro, wala naman piling school namin, mathematics, competition, maalala ko that time. And of course, maraming beses tayo nagkasabak at parang feel ko dito kita matatalo ngayon. Biro lang. Gusto kong idagdag na katanungan sa iyo. Despite of the challenges na na-encounter mo, simula nung estudyante ka pa hanggang ngayon naman, meron pa rin challenges. What motivates you para ma-overcome ito?
I always stick to my core, to my number one motivation talaga, and that is my family. I had witnessed their sacrifices, the challenges of my parents just to send us siblings sa school. And that's what I am clinging on it. I stick on that. Every time I got tired of, even in my preparation sa LET, every time I got tired of reading our review materials, I always go back to why am I doing this? To where I am offering these sacrifices, and that's for my family. I can still remember when I was in college, I actually started my first semester, not in CSU but in Notre Dame University. Okay, but because of financial problem again, I decided to transfer na lang sa Cotabato State University because I can really see how difficult it was for my parents to sustain my education there in Notre Dame University. But my father actually refused to transfer me sa CSU. At to be honest nga, sabi pa niya, huwag ka na lang lumipat ng school, okay? Isasangla ko na lang yung lupa ko sa auntie mo just to, para makastay ka pa sa Notre Dame University. But I refused kasi one of my dreams, when I entered college, gusto ko, wala nang mababayaran ng family ko. So that's why, lumipat ako sa Polytechnic para maging kahit paano, mabawasan yung mga problem na kinakaharap ng family ko, and I am so grateful that I actually made the right decision to transfer at Cotabato State University.
Yan, sabi nga nila, kadarullahu wa ma syaa fa'ala, yun. Destiny mo talaga, nasa destiny mo talaga yung mapunta ka sa CCSBC at naging way din yun para tayo magkakilala. In fact, itong si Hamid actually ay kasama kong debater, pero siya actually yung debater namin, parang naging lang ako dun, decoration. Yan. So, alhamdulillah, hindi lahat ng kabataan ay ganun yung yung perception, ganun mag-isip, mag-decide, May mga, hindi natin nilalahat, sa Maguindanao, Patabiabo, may mga ganun, may mga taong nabibigyan ng chance, opportunity, pero sinasayang opportunity. At alhamdulillah, biniyaan ka ng Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ng ganung klaseng pag-iisip. Dito tayo sa usaping examinations. Ito, gusto ko to pag-usapan. Hamid, when you took the examination, LPT, examination, ano yung goal mo? Naging kasali ba sa aim mo yung mag-top-notch ka or just wanna pass the examination?
It was actually my intention to top the board exam, but siguro with all the thousands of takers,
Correct.
I think almost 20,000 kaming nag-take. It would be impossible for me to be at least on the top 10. But I still pursue it, I was still motivated pa rin to top the board exam. Because I do believe in this, never ever settle for less. Never settle in mediocrity. If you could do more, always aim for the best. And I think topping the board exam was not so smooth sailing for me because I had experienced a lot of sacrifices. When I said sacrifices. I sacrifice my time for my family, for my friends, and for my personal happiness. Honestly, in fact, I think 1 month before the licensure examination for teachers, I actually isolated myself na talaga sa mga laag, ganyan, gala, ganyan. In fact, school, home lang yung aking places na pinupuntahan, no? And what was actually challenging about my preparation for the licensure examination for teachers, I actually took it in the middle of pandemic. And napakaraming mga challenges, napakaraming mga requirements na kailangan namin i-comply, no? In fact, when I was still preparing for the exam, pinagsasabay ko yung mga bagay-bagay, no? I am doing online classes in the morning, and in the evening online reviews. Tapos I also started my pursuing my master's degree. So there was a time na nagsabay-sabay yung mga requirements. I didn't know what to do first, no? But ako naman kasi yung tao na I always have this time management talaga for myself, no? I always believe in the principle that if you keep on extending your work, no, the more it becomes complicated. So what I can do today, I situate na ngayon ko na gagawin. Hindi ko na ipagpapabukas pa. Now, going back sa preparation ko for the licensure examination for teachers, I think it was so hard for me. In fact, medyo nakakatawa kasi we had to pass two exams. The first one is the swab test. Bakit? Kasi pag hindi mo na ipasa yung swab test, another extension na naman, maghihintay ka na naman ng ilang months para maka-exam. And I cannot wait for another months, to take the exam because I've waited for that for almost 2 years because I had experienced 3 consecutive postponements of the exam. So I cannot wait for another months para mag-exam. No, that is why 15 days prior to the LET, I isolated myself na talaga, no? Hindi na ako lumabas just to make sure na hindi ako magpa-positive sa swab test na yan. And of course, yung second, yung big exam na talaga, yung licensure examination for teachers. Now, during the exam, maraming mga challenges akong na kinaharap. Especially sa financial na rin, no? Kasi ang daming mga babayaran, no? Swab test pa lang, thousands na. No? Hindi naman for free yun. Transportation, yung tutuluyan pa namin, no? Kasi I think 4 days before the exam, pumunta na ako ng Davao kasi doon ako nag-take ng exam. So maraming kinaharap, pero alhamdulillah, I was able to pull it off. Ayan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so great naman. I think topping the board exam is not as easy as saying yes or no, or as counting 1 to 3. It really requires determination, self-discipline, courage, and above all faith. Kailangan talaga yung pray, you constantly do it talaga, no? I always believe that some people succeed because they are destined to. But personally, I believe that most people succeed because they are determined to.
Mashallah.
So if we all have that determination, that sacrifices, that spirit of sacrifice, no, just to make sure na may pasa mo yung exam, I think nothing is impossible for a determined person. And that was actually my number 1 weapon to top the board exam. And of course, my number 1 motivation, my family. No, every time I got tired of reviewing, I always go back sa why am I doing this? No, perhaps while I was preparing for the exam, no, yung mga online reviews ko. Kasi minsan, kung nakaupo na ako sa laptop ko, tapos nakikinig, nanonood, hindi na ako nakakalis until midnight na yan. So, andyan ang mother ko, si Ina, parating naka-support, yung pagkain, nahatiran ako. Kasi hindi na ako pwedeng umalis kasi yung momentum, no, mahirap nang biglang mawala. Kasi, yun. Siguro, we just need to be optimistic all the time in facing in preparing for the licensure examination for teachers. And you know what's the difference between a pessimist and an optimist? Because I always be an optimist talaga. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, but an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. That's it.
Mashallah, malaka-trio na gray yun ha. Actually, na-speechless ako, hindi ko lang nasasabihin ko. Well, anyway, maitisarot dahil no, ganun ka yung perception mo, pag-isip mo, level of thinking mo. No doubt, your success is not a surprise. It is well prepared talaga. So yun. Gusto kong idagdag yung feeling. Parang something gusto ko rin tanungin ako ng ganito. What were you thinking the moment you become a professional teacher at the same time, top-notcher?
The moment I knew that I was one of the top-notchers, actually, hindi ako yung unang nakalam na nag-top-notch ako. Someone called me sa phone and then, tawag dito. Someone called me sa phone tapos in-inform ako na I passed as well as I topped the board exam. And it was actually in the name of Professor Maripas Abbas, the Dean of College of Education. Actually, that moment, I was eating sa bahay kasi I think 3 days na akong nag-aabang ng result pero wala pa rin. So, yung Monday at night, hindi na ako naghintay, no? Siguro kung lalabas, come what may. So hindi na ako naghintay until there was a call sa phone ko, biglang nag-call. And it was, sabi ko nga si Ma'am Maripas, and she informed me about the result. And yun, nag-top daw ako sa board exam. So si Ma'am Maripas, sobrang iyak niya. Kasi Ma'am Maripas was actually one of the many people na nag-pressure talaga sa akin. Okay, positive pressure ha.
Yes,
nag-pressure sa akin, nag-motivate sa akin na I really had a chance, the possibility to top the board exam. Okay? Aside from, I graduated with Latin honor, most of the time kasi yung mga nagtatop ng board exam is math major. Ganyan. So, yun. There were many pressures akong na-receive, high expectations, but I just deal with it. I just took it positively. You know? I made it as my motivation to top the board exam. But what happened was, during the exam kasi, diba, it is composed of 3 major exams. The Gen Ed exam, the Prof Ed exam, and the majorship. Now, sa Gen Ed exam namin, yan yung una kong tinake eh. I took first the General Education exam. Now, after I actually finished the exam, less than an hour, pero 1 hour and 30 minutes yata yun eh. No, less than an hour, but ako kasi masyado akong sigurista, so tinapos ko talaga yung 1 hour and 30 minutes, so nag-recheck pa ako. Now, after finishing the Gen Ed exam, sabi ko sa sarili ko, magta-top ako. Ganun ako ka-confident after the Gen Ed exam, ganun. Kasi most of the questions nasagutan ko naman, na-review ko, parang ganun. Now, there you have it, the next exam, the Professional Education exam. There were questions naman that really require critical thinking. So may mga na-encounter akong mahirap na question, pero most of the questions naman, kaya-kaya naman. So after taking the exam, sabi ko sa sarili ko, I still have a chance to top the board exam. And then there you have it, the majorship, kung saan math questions lahat kasi that's my field of specialization. Yes. Now, I was actually too complacent sa preparation ko sa majorship ko. Perhaps 7 days, a week before the exam pa ako nag-review talaga, intensive review sa majorship ko. Because I know in myself that I am well-equipped na talaga when it comes to my majorship. No, maybe because of my experiences, no, I usually join sa mga math competitions, then napapractice ko din siya because I teach math subjects sa Albert Einstein School, then nagko-coach din ako ng math contestants sa, let's say, sa Philippine Math Olympiad, mga ganon. So medyo napapractice ko siya every now and then. So naging complacent ako. Now, I think first, ang majorship exam namin is 120 questions. Now, I think first 50 questions, this is not to brag nor to impress, but that was actually my own experience. No? First 50 questions ang majorship exam namin, I guess, perfect ko yun. Tamang sagot ko doon. Kasi lahat ng sagot ko kasi multiple choices. So, kung wala doon ang sagot mo, perhaps mali ang solution mo, ganun. Pero lahat naman lumabas. Now, there you have it, yung sumunod na mga questions na hindi ko na alam ano yung isasagot. Not because I didn't know how to answer it, but because there were many typographical errors.
I see.
Typographical errors in a way na alam mo naman yung solution sa problem na to, pero bakit wala dun ang sagot mo sa choices? Biruin mo, slope of a line na lang, kung saan kahit i-mental mo, makukuha mong sagot, pero wala din ang sagot sa choices. Pero ako, hindi ako nawala ng pag-asa, no? I actually discovered the questions by myself. Baka itong option na to, baka pwede ito, kasi medyo may kabuluhan yung option na to. So, ayun. Pero, after taking the majorship exam, medyo na-dismaya ako, medyo nalungkot, nainis, no? Because after all my preparations, ganun lang palang kahinat-nan. So, after that, I did not expect na magtatap ako sa board exam. Maybe because dahil dun sa nangyari. Kasi I was expecting na siguro mataas ang mataas ang medyo madadalian ako sa majorship. Pero dun pa ako nahirapan kasi nga ang daming typographical errors, almost 20 plus. So biruin mo 20 plus ang typo, wala dun ang sagot, saan mo hahanapin yun? Diba? Now, just to share this with the viewers, I hope I get to inspire them. I actually had a chance to talk sa top 1 from UP Diliman.
Mashallah.
Okay, in the name of Ma'am Roslyn Damasco. Okay, pareho din kami ng review center eh. We both reviewed sa CBRC. Ayan. I actually had a chance to talk with him sa Messenger. Ayan. So nagkapalitan kami ng experience, ng story, and then yung naging experience namin sa pag-take ng majorship exam namin. We actually had the same experience. No, pareho kami ng experience na inis, ganyan. So nawalan din ng pag-asa kung magta-top, ganyan. Now, she actually shared her rating. Ayan. Her rating in Gen Ed was actually 93. And I also got 93 sa Gen Ed. Sa majorship naman, she got 93 also. Then I also got 93 sa majorship. So nagkakalo lang kami sa professional education kasi medyo malaki yung agwat niya sa akin. 94 siya, then ako 90 lang. So, yun. Siguro what was my realization, siguro kung naka-review ako ng maayos, yung walang iniisip like work, ganyan, siguro I still have a chance talaga to step up, from 9 then up. Okay? One thing that I can say about my preparation for the LET, one thing that I could say about my preparation for the LET, naging mahirap siya to the point na nag-exam kami in the middle of pandemic, Pero in God's grace, in Allah's will, I was able to pull it off pa rin. And that was because of the many people who believe in my potential. no? Yung mga pressures nila sa akin, yung expectations nila sa akin actually nakatulong na para ma-motivate ko yung sarili ko. And it was actually my dream to become a top-notcher kasi I promised to myself kung nakaya nung iba na mag-top-notch, why can't I?
Correct. Ayan. So, very interesting, no? Siguro, bilang panghuling katanungan, what pieces of advice or tips would you give to the Bangsamoro youth who are currently preparing for examinations?
One thing that I could advise to the Bangsamoro youth, especially those who are preparing for their different board exams, no? One thing that I could advise for them is to never settle for less talaga, no? Do not just think of passing the board exam, always think of topping the board exam.
Correct.
Ganyan ang mantra ng CBRC, no? Hindi dapat makapasa lang, kailangan mag-top. Kasi kapag ang inisip mo maka-top ka, pag nag-fail ka, ibig sabihin, maglalan ka sa passer.
Yes.
Or ganon. Now, aside from that, siguro, always go back sa kung kanino mo ginagawa yung preparation mo sa board exam mo. Always look back, reflect to why are you doing this, no? And of course, never ever forget that everything that we are doing here is all because of the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala.
Inshallah.
Ano pa ba? Siguro, always have that in mind na success will never be easy, no? Sabi ko nga kanina, just like counting 1 to 3. Hindi yan talaga madali. Kailangan talagang pagtuunan ng pansin, ng oras, no? Always have that goal in mind. Always be goal-driven talaga. If you have that goal, you will be directed to being successful, you know? Successful people naman, hindi na nakuha yung mga natatamo nila sa buhay by just a snap of their hands, no? It requires talaga sacrifices, yung ano pa ba? Time, efforts, no, para mag-succeed in life. Ganun.
Ayan, maraming salamat sa very inspiring na story mo na share mo sa amin ngayong araw na ito. Bilang panghuli, any parting message sa ating mga kapwa kabataang Bangsamoro?
I just hope that with this achievement of mine, I get to inspire my co-Bangsamoro youth to also aspire for this kind of achievement. Always bring the name of our Bangsa on the pedestal. That if other region can produce top-notchers, we can also produce our mind. No, perhaps with my achievement and with the other achievements of my co-Bangsamoro youth, we are gradually putting our Bangsa on the pedestal. No, we are gradually letting the country, the whole Philippines and the world, that Bangsamoro is not just a people with Bangsamoro people are also people with full of talents, intelligence, and they can actually share a lot. They can offer a lot to the Philippines and to the whole world, and I hope the future takers of the different board exams will also do the same, to always aim high and never settle for less. Worst, never settle in mediocrity. Ayan. And before I end this siguro, I would like to take this opportunity to to at least thank the people behind this success of mine. First and foremost, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me wisdom, for giving me strength before, during, and after the licensure examination for teachers, and of course, all throughout my academic life. Okay. Second, my parents, my family, especially my ina, who is still alive, and of course yung ama ko na who is now in heaven. I hope I get to make him proud again and again for the end time around. Okay, don't worry. I am slowly achieving our dreams together when you are still alive, and hopefully I could give that to Ina. Perhaps when opportunity knocks, we should always grab it, with our head held high and heart widely open. Second, sa lahat ng mga taong na naniwala sa akin, to my alma maters, from Cotabato State University, from Cotabato City National High School main campus, kung saan I graduated as the batch valedictorian, ganyan. And of course, elementary teachers ko from Amirol Elementary School, kung saan I also graduated with, as first honors student. And I actually dedicate this achievement, for them, kasi sila naman din yung naging foundation ko kung bakit ko na-attain yung mga ganitong klaseng achievement. And sa lahat ng friends ko, classmates, batchmates na talaga namang from time to time, they always have a time to check on me, like how's my preparation, how's the exam, ganyan. So with that, I was just overwhelmed and blessed sa lahat ng opportunities na I am receiving and hopefully ma-receive in the near future. Ayan. So grateful for I have this, I have that, and blessed kasi I was still able to be the person who I am before. Ganyan. Still, I am still this, ako pa rin to si Hamid Simple Salik, ang inyong kaibigan na anytime pwede niyong i-chat, pwede niyong kausapin, pwede niyong hingan ng tulong kung meron man akong may tutulong. Ganon. Itong pag-top ko ng board exam, actually bonus lang to. Ang pinakamahalaga dito is yung I finally got my license. Actually, I finally got my license last Monday.
Mashallah.
And hopefully sana magtuloy-tuloy na itong mga opportunities na natatanggap ko, for hindi lang para sa akin, above all para sa family ko na umaasa as the breadwinner of the family. Yan. So, that's it. Super.
Ayan, maraming salamat. Totoo yun. And I'm sure na yung tatay mo, kung buhay siya ngayon, proud na proud sa'yo sa kung anong narating mo. And of course, masaya rin siyang tinatangkilik yung mga dua mo sa kanya, sa kubor. And of course, ang iyong nanay. Ako, bilang kaibigan, I am so proud of you. In fact, nung lumabas yung result, mas nauna pa yung post ko bago kita binati. And of course, bumalik talaga ako sa pinakadulong bumalik talaga ako sa mga pictures natin para mahanap ko lang makapag-post. Ganun ako ka-proud sa iyo, and again, congratulations sa iyo. At hopefully maging yung sinabi mo kanina, maging inspirasyon ka sa mga kabataang Bangsamoro, hindi lang sa mga nagtitake ng board exam, kundi sa lahat ng kabataang Bangsamoro na kung saan nawawalan ng pag-asa dahil sa mga challenges na kinakaharap nila. Hindi pa natin naubos yung buong storya mo, pero yung narinig natin ay alam namin na napakarami mo ng pinagdaanan, pero despite of the napakaraming challenges, you managed to overcome. Bilang panghuli, kami ay nagpapasalamat sa ngalan ng Bangsamoro Youth Commission sa pamumuno ni Chairperson MP Marjani Makasalong. Kami ay nagpapasalamat sa inyo dahil sinamahan nyo pa rin kami sa programang ito. Of course, sa ating guest speaker na napaka-busy rin, But binigyan na tayo ng konting pagkakataon, oras para siya ay ating makapanayam at makapag-share siya, makapagbigay or makapagbahagi siya ng kanyang story sa atin bilang inspirasyon sa ating mga kabataang Bangsamoro. Muli, ang inyong host sa programang ito, Aladin Hamdan Buisan, mag-iiwan ng isang bayo. Tamulak din sugakit, kanakalulan sa amal, misig din sakayan, kanakait sa ilmu. Tambu ka panpimbata, kamaling kabun sa baya, tambu ka pindaliday, kamangindalikin kabun. Syukran, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.